Hello and welcome to this webinar where I will be sharing a little bit more about the upcoming Nomad Cruise. I know that a lot of you who are here kind of hear about Nomad Cruise for the first time. And so I will share a little bit more background. We've been running this event actually for over 10 years now. This year we have our 10th anniversary cruise. And already did 13 cruises before. I started this because I was one of the first digital nomads around 10 years ago. I was looking for other people who were also interested to also be part of this lifestyle, but I really couldn't find any. So I started the first Facebook group for digital nomads. And this group grew really, really fast. And then one day I invited people to join the cruise, and over 100 people joined. And then from that onwards, we developed this cruise. So I will share a little bit more with you today, like how this cruise from France to Greece will work. We have a few cabins left, actually not that much. So I believe that it will sell out by the end of the week. But just want to share this here. There's a lot of people here who have only heard about Nomad Cruise maybe like 1 week ago. You can feel free to just write in the comments where you are, where you're based, where you're at the moment. It's a smaller group that we have here today. So for everyone who's like interested to learn a little bit more about Nomad Cruise, this is like a great opportunity. You can ask all your questions. I will help you I will help you and guide you a little bit through this experience, what you can expect. And excited because it's just about 1 month to go until we are basically leaving from Marseille to Athens. So it's great to see you here from Berlin, Osaka, Tarifa, and many other places. So great to have you around here. And feel free to ask any questions that you might have about the cruise. I'm happy to help. Okay, so let's dive right in. I know that there will be like a few more people joining here over the next moment. So I will repeat a few things, but really, really cool to see so many of you here from around the world. And let's jump right into this event. Okay, so I will need to change a little bit the setup. Okay, cool. So, and from Dubai, we are really here from everywhere. This is really awesome. So great to see you all here. Actually, we had people from over 75 countries already joining Nomad Cruise. And so also one more thing. So for those of you who are around here, we're giving away a little present at the end of the session. So just listen a little bit like what I'm sharing, and then we will give away 2 little presents for those of you who are joining the cruise. Okay, so we are talking now today just about the Mediterranean cruise. We'll be almost 300 nomads and entrepreneurs on this journey. And just a little bit of background. We've done this since over 10 years, or 10 years this year. We had over 2,500 participants from over 70 countries. You can see it's a really, really diverse group because basically when I launched this Facebook group in 2012, I think people from all over the world who were like interested in the nomad lifestyle really joined, and that's why we have a very, very diverse global community. Okay, so I will go a little bit more into this because like sometimes people think this is Nomad Cruise, so I need to be a digital nomad to join, and that's actually not true. I would say about 40% of the people who are joining Nomad Cruise are not digital nomads. They are more like interested in the lifestyle, or they just want to have like really, really cool vacation. And you can really basically meet people who have been doing this for 8-10 years. You get so much inspiration. So it's really, really a great way actually, to learn about all these different possibilities that are around there for digital nomads or for anyone who's interested in doing this. You'll find lots of remote work opportunities. So it's really for everyone like who's interested in the lifestyle, but also people who have been doing this for a long time. We have a lot of people this time who are joining from Bali, where I'm usually based at the moment. And yeah, really from all over the world, but like very active nomads, but also people who are interested to start. So it's really for everyone who kind of is interested in this lifestyle, okay? And it's a great opportunity when you're joining the cruise to, yeah, grow your network, right? Because oftentimes what is really amazing about the cruise is that you share lunch, dinners, evenings. You have so much time to meet so many different people from all over the world. Whereas now when you're like going to a usual conference, you're just there for 3 days, but you don't really spend the mornings together. You're just going for the conference and then you leave again. And we have a lot of networking possibilities and so much more in order to yeah, like really connect and really build your network. And that's why a lot of people actually are returning. I think between 30 to 40% of everyone who's been joining has been joining another cruise afterwards. And we have many people who have joined over 5 or 6 trips in the last years. This is the ship that we are gonna have, and it's a Costa Fortuna. It's a beautiful, beautiful old ship. And actually, one thing I just want to share quickly is a video that we made on a very similar ship about 1.5 years ago. And maybe some of you have seen this already before, but I just want to like give you a little bit the feeling of like what this Nomad Cruise is like and share this video. It's just 2 minutes. So yeah, just I hope you enjoy to get a little bit more of a feeling what this is about.
So the cruise introduced me the new perspective of different cultures,
the diversity of people from different backgrounds, from different walks of life, whether that is a country, whether that is a job, and also the freedom for me to work in my own flow state.
There's everything from backpacker to millionaire, people who are working in startups, freelancers. But one thing that we all have in common is the value of freedom and living the life that we really want.
The idea of working on the Atlantic Ocean is incredible.
This cruise experience was better because we had a Starlink, and I checked the Wi-Fi speed. It was really fast. I was able to do some live work.
people, people, people.
Having great conversations, we're meeting each other, and we're expanding our way of thinking.
All nomads were on the same cruise. We are still united being on the land.
And we arrived at a beautiful beach town afterwards where 100 or 200 nomads are running around.
We're gonna keep traveling together. Actually, there's more other places that we're gonna go, and that's the cool thing. As they say, the cruise is just only the beginning.
The benefit is not just the cruise, but really the connections that you're making on board. And the earlier you go out and you meet these people, the more impact it can have on your life. I wouldn't think too long and just jump on board as soon as you can.
Yeah, so this was a little video and about the cruise, and we recorded this about 1.5 years ago when we went with almost 400 people to Brazil. What a lot of people are also not really aware about is that, especially when we are going to, like when we're escaping the winter, is that many people actually stayed in Brazil and they were traveling over 3 months together. I know like a lot of business collaborations and things resulted from this. And maybe one thing that's not so visible in this video is that actually the Nomad Cruise there's a lot of program, right? Like there's a lot of keynotes, workshops, talks. There's a lot of ways to learn. This is not just a party cruise. There is party there, of course, when you have so many people together, so you can do this every night, but you really don't need to. You can really use that time to learn, because we have non-stop program and we have an amazing speaker lineup now on the upcoming cruise. So you can really see this on the website with all the speakers who are there. It's really, really incredible program that we have this year. So it's not just a party, it's a lot of learning. I will dive a little bit deeper into this now. So as we're going through the next slides, okay? So here you can see a little bit more about the ship. We have a huge theater there. We have saunas, jacuzzis, fitness center. There's a spa that you can use. That's a little bit of extra cost, but like pretty much else, everything else is included in the trip. So yeah, massive ship, okay? And now we'll just quickly talk a little bit about the route. So actually what one thing is that we did a very similar route back in 2017 when we also went to Athens, okay? But now we're starting not in Malaga, which was the start last time. Now we're starting in Marseille. And then that's on the 7th of June. Then we have actually 2 stops before that, but these are days when we are really doing program, right? So there's a stop about 2 hours away from Rome and Savona, but on these days we have really the conference on the ship. So after Marseille, we are heading to Palermo. There we're gonna do where we will have like a food tasting and walking tours, a few more ways to discover the city as well. So you can check out Palermo for the day. And then we're also going to Valletta in Malta. It's probably one of the most beautiful ports I've been to. It's really incredible place, and we're stopping there right in the city, so you can explore the city, but we have a lot of time during the day, and we are also arranging excursion where you can see all of the a lot of parts of the islands, okay? And then we're heading to Greece, okay? In Greece, what's actually happening is that we have 3 days there. If you want, you can stick around there for 3 days. We have some hotels recommended. We have an area recommended. So really what I would really encourage you, if you're joining the first time, is really to stick around a little bit. And yeah, so that you can also connect to those people a little bit more, right? Sometimes the days on the ship are really, really packed with program. So it's much better if you have a little bit more time afterwards, and if you can make this time. And for those of you who have even more time, we are actually heading to Naxos. I will talk about this a little bit more afterwards as well. So how does actually the program look like, right? It's not a conference, it's not a party cruise, it's a little bit of everything. There is keynotes, workshop, we have theme dinners where you can choose whichever topic you want to talk about. You can also just like meet your friends or whoever you're meeting there. We have masterminds, we have yoga sessions in the morning, we have an unconference, we have a story night on this trip, and a lot of other social events. And you can also really connect with everyone else and organize your own meetups on the ship. We have a WhatsApp community that we're going to start in about 1 week. So you can already meet everyone and connect there. So there is endless things happening. And in order to explain this a little bit more, on our website, actually, you can find the full program. Just 1 second. So you can see what the schedule looks like. I'm sharing the link to the program and to the cruise here in the chat, actually, on nomadcruise.com/NC14. And this is a way, this is a little bit like how it looks like. So we have a welcome opening for everyone who's never been on Nomad Cruise before. We have like a little meetup, so you can meet everyone who's new on the ship. Actually, also what many don't know, right? Like there's a lot of solo travelers there, so it will be super easy, even if you come by yourself, to meet a lot of people. So we actually start with a newbie meeting after the registration. And then we have like different groups that we create where you're going to be part of the group, because like connecting with 300 people might be a little bit much. So we are creating these little tribes as well, where you can connect. And we have speed networking. We have AI matchmaking dinners, then parties, and we're also bringing a little bit of ecstatic dance. This is more like a sober party that's happening on the second day there as well, and a lot of keynotes also on the second day. So then on the third day, we have mastermind sessions, so a way to improve your business and connect with everyone. Then Bori, who will be the main host of the event, she's hosting a deep connection workshop that also is always like super popular, followed by a pool party and theme dinners, right? Like, as I say, you can talk about, there will be like real estate theme dinners about just the meaning of life and many, many other topics, or you can just, go and have your own dinners. And then on the fourth day, we are stopping in Palermo. Then you have a little bit of free time on the ship. We have a speakers dinner, and I can't see here the last thing on the fourth day because it's hidden on my screen. But then on Valletta, then we're going to Valletta the next day. There'll be a charity dinner. There'll be a story night, and and on the sixth day we have Unconference. So where you can also organize your own meetups and the closing and much more. And in between, you can really just enjoy the cruise and and connect with everyone, right? So all these things, I would really not recommend to try to go to everything, but just instead, pick whatever is very interesting for you. Check out on the website nomadcruise.com /NC14. There we have also all the speakers already that you can see. So just take your time, and like check out those things that really interest you, and just connect. Use the other time to really connect within the community. Okay. So then what I would really recommend, it's obviously, if it's your first cruise, maybe this feels a little bit too much, but I would really recommend that if you have some time, we are going to Naxos afterwards. And I believe there'll be about 100 to 150 of the participants who will join us in Naxos. It's a beautiful Greek island from where you can also discover like Mykonos, or you can go to Santorini for a day trip, or to Paros. And so there are a lot of so this is just a really nice way, to take a little bit of vacation afterwards and really connect more with all those people who were on the ship, right? Because on the boat, everything is so packed, and we are all digital nomads. Well, not all of us, but like many of us have got some time and, to travel afterwards, and we want to connect a little bit more. So then, just come with us to Naxos. It's quite an informal meetup, so we're just making recommendations with which area of the city to stay and where you can book, and you can book up, you can team up with others. It's not super expensive. Actually, in June, it's pretty decent value for money to go there to Naxos, because we're just before the peak season. So if you have time, I would really, really recommend to stick around at least 10 days after the cruise. It's no must. First, you can also just check it out, but I'm just saying that here as well, okay? So Athens, you can go there for 3 days, or you can also go directly to Naxos and then stay there. This is what's happening afterwards. But actually, what is happening also afterwards is that with all these new connections that you are making, you will know people all over the world who are living this life, right? I said that there's a lot of people from Bali joining now on this cruise who are based in Bali, but also in many, many other destinations around the world. And it's really, really a great way to build your network in a very, very short time. And this is oftentimes so difficult, actually, when you are a nomad, and let's say you go to Buenos Aires, you will meet a lot of nomads there, but you cannot really connect with other people in such a short time, in such a good way, like when we are all stuck on the same ship. Saying that, I also want to say that that's one thing that also oftentimes comes up, is like, isn't this like too much, too intense with 300 people on the same ship? Do I even have time to breathe? Or I am quite introverted, so will this be something for me? And there I want to say that actually, yeah, even though this is a huge ship, so you can actually always find your own space to breathe. And if you need some alone time, you can always go to the cabin, or yeah, there's a lot of spots on the ship also where you can just go and read your book, and people will leave you alone. So don't really worry about that. It will be too intense. Sometimes you just have to take yourself out of this, okay? Again, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them here. I will do a little Q&A at the end of this session to explain you a little bit more. Yeah, and then you can already ask now, okay? So that's what's included, right? Like the cruise includes everything, all food, all accommodation, all meals. There are just some drink packages, which are around 200 euros. Depending what you take, and then you would have all, even alcoholic drinks included. We have Starlink Wi-Fi already included in the price, so you can actually do some work, and which I would not recommend to bring a lot of work, but you will be able to work to access Starlink all the time, and also because we have the stops, it's even easier on land to check there. But usually the Starlink is pretty good quality. So everything is really included except for the drink packages. Depending on what you need, you might have to upgrade. And then apart from the program, you're joining this global community. So you really afterwards will have a global network of people who are working and traveling and who are really based all over the world, or in a lot of beautiful places around the world, okay? Yeah, so travel insurance, optional. So we are organizing, I didn't mention this before, we are also organizing, right, the excursions. So we are organizing something in Palermo and in Valletta. This comes at an additional cost. It's not much. It will be, yeah, plus minus 50 euros, depending on what trips we will have there. But that we need to know if you're on board with it, but also you can organize, like we will organize some free things as well in the excursion places. Travel insurance is always smart. And then, yeah, you just need to get somehow to Marseille and from Athens, okay? So we have different cabin types, inside, outside, balcony cabins. I have to say, balcony and outside cabins are pretty much sold out. So you really, if you want to have one of these cabins, you really need to book this like right now, because they're pretty much gone. And then we have a few more inside. But I would just, if you want to, like, if you're even thinking about outside or balcony, this will be gone probably by the end of the day. Okay, so yeah, you will see the pricing and whatever. That's all on the website. Okay, and what we have as well is that we have this promo. So for the next 24 hours, if you book, you get this trip 200 euros off. Okay, so you can just go directly to this page. Usually we have this application process, but you can just jump the process. You go to Nomad Cruise. Maybe Anna, you can drop the link here as well if you hear me. It's nomadcruise.com and see 14 and then book. And there you can go and choose your cabin and yeah, get on board. So as I said, it will, we don't have many cabins left. It's gonna be gone. Like if you want to just decide one day before you should go on board, that's not gonna be possible because we are almost full. And if you book now within the next 24 hours, you get 200 euros off, okay? So now I'm happy to answer any questions. If you're around here, let me know. And then I'm happy to go into really anything. That's why we're doing this live, right? So if you need to know anything about Nomad Cruise, why we're starting this, who's there, whatsoever, then just feel free to drop a question here. Actually, yeah, just one thing before actually. So we are giving away 2 drink packages now. And I'm going to do this quickly before I go into the questions. So these are for people who will be on the trip. And the first person who types the correct answer will get this package. If you are with someone else in the same cabin, we actually give you 2 drink packages. So I have 2 questions for you, and the first person to answer will win these. Okay. So in what year did we organize our first Nomad Cruise to Greece? I mentioned this earlier. Okay, Maria and Achim, we said it was 2017, exactly. So Achim won this now. Thank you so much, Achim. You can send an email to info@Nomad Cruise drink package. So you will get this for this cruise. Considering like if you are on the cruise, if you're sharing with someone, then that's it. Yeah, please email this, and then we will add this drink package. Or if you bought it already, we will refund it. Okay. And now we will give away one more. So the correct answer was 2017. And now we will do one more. And how many countries are we visiting on this cruise? Okay, Dan. The fastest one was Dan. 4 countries is correct. So thank you so much. You're all super fast. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. So Dan has this correct. So Dan, if you're joining, just send us the info and we'll give the package to you. Okay. Amazing. So now I'm happy to answer any of your questions about the cruise. So if you need to know anything, just please, share it here. Please share it here, and I'm happy to get back to answer anything. I will just go through the questions here in the meantime. So Achim was asking, are there good opportunities to work remote with internet and stuff? So yeah, you can work on the ship. It's not that there's a co-working space or anything. So usually you can work just in your cabin, or you can find, like there's lots of tables in certain areas. It's not a dedicated remote area, so you need to see a little bit like where there's less people, but you can pretty much get your work done. I just really would recommend not to bring too much work, because you really want to enjoy this trip. And so if you have too much to do, like really, I would not bring too much work, especially on this short trip, right? And we're going to go in October to November for 27 days from Seattle to Sydney. And there you have a lot more time to work. And we actually have on the ship, it's an amazing top area with really almost co-working like style. Okay, so that's about this. Okay, so also another question. Okay, how to get to Naxos from Athens? It's super easy. You can just take a boat. Okay, like actually, if you want, you can just leave after the cruise and skip Athens, or you just go first into Athens. But the harbor where we're going to end, this is also where all the ferries are leaving from Naxos. So it will be like quite easy to just take the ship there. And actually, the area that we are recommending is just by the harbor where everyone is going. Okay. So Okay. Will you pair me with a stranger if I book the shared cabin? So also I want to say here that one thing that we also have on the ship is you don't need to buy a single cabin. You can share your cabin with someone else. And we usually try to find someone of the same age. And like just where we have the feeling that this would be a good match. You don't need to share the bed, right? There will be 2 twin beds. So it's only 2 people per cabin. I know that a lot of people have been becoming best friends. So especially if you're like, if it's your first cruise, then you can do this. And also we are asking always about if you're an early bird or like late bird, depending on what time you go to bed or when time you wake up. So we try to match people also according to that. Okay. So yeah. Any more questions? Yeah, so this is how the sharing works. And any more questions? I see there's still a lot of people around here, so don't be shy. Feel free to ask anything. So yeah, we have a little bit of a delay. So sometimes, it takes a little bit longer. And again, like if or actually, I want to talk about one more thing. So I think that, it is really, if you are interested in this digital nomad lifestyle and you really want to connect to other people who are doing this as well, it is really, really important. Or even if you are a nomad, but you didn't really have a community, so you're always like kind of traveling alone and then you go to another hotspot or whatsoever. Really, the thing about the Nomad Cruise is that you can really make very, very good connections to other people who are living this life already. This is the biggest value, right? Like you are making friends with people from all over the world. And that's why it's really, an amazing opportunity to not wait another 2 years or whatsoever on when you jump on the boat, but like really, do this now. So then you can already benefit from this, like when you want to escape the next winter, right? Like a lot of these people who are going to be on this cruise now, they would spend the winter in Mexico, in Bali, in Cape Town, like all over the place, okay? And you can meet them now. You just need to make 1 week available to jump on the ship, and you can make these connections. And when I was a nomad in the beginning, there were really not many people who were doing this as well. And in 10 months in South America, I only met 5 people who were also working remotely. And it was really, really, I really enjoyed the lifestyle, but it was so difficult to connect or to meet others who are doing this. And this cruise is built for that. Like it's built to help you to work remotely, to change your life. In some ways, it's been life-changing for a lot of people. You can also do some research on the internet. If you don't know us before, like go on YouTube, watch the info about Nomad Cruise, and and then you can learn. You can connect those people, and this is not. That's why I would really recommend, to book this early and to make this decision early instead of waiting like 2-3 years until you join. I'm saying this because I know there's a lot of people who have been following us for like 10 years even, and then they still haven't booked because like the dates never really match. Oftentimes on every cruise, there are some people who are coming to me and they're saying like, yeah, I've been part of the email list for a long time and now I finally made it. But it's really, really, this is not something that you have on your bucket list and you're going to join one day. Like if you want to make a change, you want to really connect to other people, I would really not wait too long, and like do this now, because we only have about 2-3 cruises per year. The next one is super long. It's going to be from Seattle to Australia. And one thing I can also say is that next year we are not going to have a cruise in the Mediterranean. So yeah, that's it's a great opportunity to jump on board now and get one of the last spots. Okay. Okay. Are there any dress codes or themed nights to prepare for? So you can bring pretty much what you like. We will have one white party, so maybe some white clothing, white dresses, but otherwise it's very casual actually. Yeah, so can we ask more details before the trip? So actually next week, in the next 7 days, we will launch a WhatsApp group so you can connect with everyone who's on the ship. And, you can coordinate, you can find others that you will share, how can I say that you will go to Naxos with, like if you want to book something there. So that's no problem at all. Is the Naxos trip included in the price or is it an additional option? So the Naxos event is very, very informal, right? So we are recommending an area where everyone travels. It's not that we have booked any hotels or whatsoever. We've done this after every cruise. And basically, you can just join, you just jump on board. There's no additional cost for this. It's just a great way for those who just want to stick around a little bit longer to do this. We will probably organize 2 excursions, like 2 trips, one trip to Santorini and one trip maybe to Mykonos, or like a sailing trip while we are in Naxos. And there might also be something like diving or kite surfing course that you can do. So these things would be additional, but you can really just join, team up with others, share the apartment. That's how we usually do it. And that was actually my idea why I started the cruise, because I found it like super hard when I was traveling through South America to always go to a new city and then start from scratch. And so the idea was that if we bring a lot of people to South America, then we can kind of like travel together and meet up in different places. And so this is, the focus was more not really the cruise itself, but like what's happening afterwards. And that's why we also always say the cruise is only the beginning, because you're making all these connections. Many end up traveling together, and it's just really a great opportunity to meet so many people in a short time and learn and get so much inspiration for your work and future life. Is 3 days in Athens organized by Nomad Cruise? So the 3 days in Athens, we are making some suggestions. We might organize something there, like a walking tour. But basically, we are very, very central in Athens. So you can team up with others. It's always really, really difficult, actually, when we have 200 people to organize something together. It always gets very messy. So we're not doing a trip through Athens with 200 people. We actually always split this also in buses when we are at the different destinations. But there will be some organized things in Athens, and you can also just jump and connect with others. We have an area recommended, and then again in the WhatsApp community, you can connect with others. You can book the same accommodation or just stay in the same area. So that should be no problem. So what are the locations that are recommended in Athens and Naxos? The way it works is once you get your ticket, we have a full guide with everything pretty much you need to know about the cruise and about the events afterwards. And there we have like really recommended the exact suburbs or like areas where you can stay. So you're not like 1 or 2 or 3 kilometers away from the others. I don't know exactly the suburb in Athens, and in Naxos, we are staying pretty close to the harbor and beaches. So, if you can work, Achim is asking again. Thanks for all your questions, Achim. So you are asking like, what about working there? So I mean, Naxos it's a small town, right? I would really recommend, if you want to work there, to book some accommodation that's good, you know, where you have a nice setup to work from home. There are not really like amazing co-working spaces or whatsoever. I mean, usually some of us find some cafes, but that might be a little bit tricky to go there with so many people, right? So you work from home, or you're staying in the same hotel like others where you can work usually in the lobby or in other places. So there's not like a specific amazing co-working area. The reason why we chose Naxos is really because in my opinion, it has got the best kind of setup to explore other Greek islands, and also there's a lot of great accommodation options, much better priced than, for example, Mykonos or Santorini. But it's also a beautiful island. It's just not as famous as these other ones, and so that's why we chose there. So with regards to, Achim, if you've been in touch with Steph, then you can just message her and she will be available again, like in the morning. Or you can just send us an email, but we can help you definitely tomorrow morning with everything, okay? So any more questions? Feel free to ask. I'm around here, so I don't mind to answer. So with regards to travel insurance, this is something you have to arrange for yourself. Usually every country is a little bit different when it comes to travel insurances. So you can just do like a little Google search in your country and get something there. There's not like a specific one that we are recommending, because it's so difficult with so many of us from all around the world. But usually the best ones are the ones which are like a little bit more local and tailored to where we are from. So any more questions? Yeah, okay. What else? Yeah, so in case you have been on the cruise, or like in case you cannot make this one, I also want to recommend, we are going from Seattle to Sydney in October to November. This is 27 days, this trip. We are stopping at 9 different islands. There we will be 4 days in Hawaii. You really actually get to see most of Hawaii on this trip. We're already working on some plans there, what we're doing. So this will be another incredible opportunity. The trip might be a little bit long if you're joining for the first time, but this is 27 days, 4 days in Hawaii, then we go to Samoa, Vanuatu, and 4 days in Fiji. So a very, very beautiful journey as well. And if you have no plans for that time, October, from the October to November, I mean, for 27 days, then check this out as well and get in touch with us. This trip will also probably be full in about 1 month or something. So I would also recommend to decide there soon whether you would like to join or not, okay? Otherwise, if there's no more questions, I will close this session now. I hope this was really helpful for you. I hope to see many of you on the ship. And if not, I hope to see you sometime in the future. And thank you so much for joining today. Thank you for making the time on this Sunday, wherever you are in the world. For some of you, it's already super late. And for others, it's just starting, right? So that's why, thank you so much for being here. And get your ticket now within the next 24 hours if you still want to join. If you have any questions, please write to info@nomadcruise.com and we will help you. Or if you've been with one of our salespeople, like Steph. You can also ask her questions. And then I'm looking forward to see many of you so soon. So have a great day, enjoy your Sunday, and I hope to see you on the boat very soon. Thank you so much.